Welcome everyone. This is the first lesson recording for IM1, October 29th, 2020. What are we doing today? We are going to continue with multiplying polynomials using area model. We're going to also learn about distributive property. So last lesson, we used area model to calculate the area in two different ways. So if you have this area model being represented here, we could represent the total area of this rectangle as area as a product of length and width. What was length? Length was this length. This was 5 units here for the blue length plus 7. And the width was 1 unit here for the blue width and plus 2 for the orange part. So it becomes length was 5 plus 7. The width was 1 plus 2. And you can multiply that to get the area. So in this case you'll be multiplying 12 by 3. Or you could also see the area as addition of or sum of all these little rectangles. So the 5 and 7 and 10 and 14, they all represent the area of this little rectangle. So the area as a sum could be 5 plus 7 plus 10 plus 14. Okay, great. So at this point, you are going to be working on the Desmos area calculations two different ways, and these are the links, and you are going to be working on card number 1 to 10 all the way. I'm quickly going to go over the Desmos exercise. So here you are trying to create a rectangle with total area of 72 square units. So the hint is, what length and width will you pick to make an area of 72 square units? Well, there are a few different numbers you could choose. What times what is 72? Well, I could choose numbers like 8 times 9 because that's 72. Are there any other numbers? Well, I could have also chosen 12 multiplied by 6. Okay, let's just say I did 8 by 9. Okay, that means I want my width or the length to be 8. So how do I do that? I need to drag. Okay, how do I want to make the 8? I can make it with, I don't know, 4 and 4, or let's make it interesting, 5 and, how about 5 and 3? Okay, what about, so we want this to be 8, we want the length to be 8, we want the width to be 9. So how should I break it up? Okay, I don't want to use 5 again. You could, but let's use 3. Okay, 3 and how about 3 and 6? 3 and 6 add to 9. So I have the length of 8 here and the width of 9 here, and that would create a rectangle of 72 because 8 times 9 is 72. When done, enter the area of your rectangle as the product of two sums. Okay, so product of two sums is really product of length times width. Okay, what is the length? This is going to be 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 for the length, and the width was 6 plus 3. Okay, so when I'm multiplying those two expressions, then I am going to get the same area. What about the area as a sum of 4 parts? What are the 4 parts? Those are the 4 different rectangles. Okay, so the 4 parts are 30 here. The second area was 18. And then third area was 15. And the last area was 9. So it's 30 plus 18 plus 15 plus 9. That's representing it as the sum of 4 parts. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This is where you are grouping them. It's card sort. So you need to, there are 4 groups and each group has 4 cards. So you need to match them up. Okay, so when I look at this, I see there are, what is the length? 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 3. So it's going to be 4 plus 3 or 7 multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 multiplied by 5 is 35. So I know that 35 and 7, they need to go together. Okay? So when they, alright, so now they're matched up. Let me bring this down so that it's not hiding. Okay, so then I can also say that this is 4 plus 3. So I'm looking for 4 plus 3 multiplied by 2 plus 3. 4 plus 3 multiplied by 2 plus 3. 4 plus 2, 4 plus 2 plus 3. Here we go. So I can bring that over and connect it to this. Okay? Alright, then I just keep doing it like this. So I have 4 plus 2 and 4 plus 1. 4 plus 2 and 4 plus 1 is right here. And I know that 4 plus 2 is 6 multiplied by 5. 6 multiplied by 5 is 30. Oops. Okay, that was a mistake. So I'm looking for a card that says 30. So that's this one. And I am going to put it here. Okay, so let me just move the other ones so that it does not get mixed up. Alright, so then I have sorted those. Let me just bring them down here. And I want to bring, actually I want to bring this one here so that I can match them. Alright, let me just start with those four. Okay, what are the length here? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for the blue plus 3. 9 plus 3 will be the width. So I'm looking for 9 plus 3. 9 plus 3. Okay, here's 1. Let me just confirm the width. 4 plus 5 here. 4 plus 5. Okay, that's the one. So I'm going to bring that here. What is the length here? 2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 plus 8. 2 plus 8. And the width is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10. 6 plus 4. 2 plus 8 and 6 plus 4. So that's this one. So that's the width and length that's being multiplied. Excuse me. Alright, so that's what we have. Okay. Now we just need to match up the rest. Okay, 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. 9 times 12 is 108. So let's match that up here. Alright, then what about here? 4 plus 3 is 7. And 2 plus 3 is 5. 7 times 5 is 35. We've already got that. 2 plus 8 is 10. And 6 plus 4 is also 10. So we're multiplying 10 by 10. What should we get when you do that? Should be 100. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 6 times 4 plus 1 is 5. So 6 times 5 is 30. And we have that as well. Okay, now we just have the area as the sum. To do that, we need to figure out each of these rectangles. So we have, what do we have in the blue rectangle here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 6 plus 12 plus 9. 8 plus 6 plus 12 plus 9. That's this one. Okay, and then what do we have here? Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, well, actually, we don't even have to do that. So we have 2 times 6 here. So that's 12 plus 6 times 8 here is 48. 12 plus 48. We're looking for 12 plus 48. And then we have 8 and 32. This one. This is the one. Okay, and we have, how many do we have? 4 times 4 is 16 plus 8. 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2. That's that one. And so then this one has to be, go with this. Alright, so we're done. Then we move on to the next one. The grid line is broken and we can only see the dimensions. Use the 4 draggable points to create a rectangle with total area of 60 square units. What is the area written as a product, as a length and width, and as a sum of the parts? Okay, so if you're trying to make 60, what would be an easy two numbers that multiplies to 60? Well, I could try 6 and 10. Or you could have said, I don't know, 12 and 5 would be another option. Okay, let's go with 6 and 10. That means I want the 6 to be, let's just decide on the 6. I want it to be 4 and 2. And let's make this 7 and 3. Okay, so I want the width to be 4 plus 2. So I am going to change this. Oops. I am going to move this to be 4 plus 2. That's the width. And for the length, I want it to be 7 plus 3. So I am going to make this 7 plus 3. Okay, so 7 plus 3 gets me 10, and 4 plus 2 gets me 6, and 10 times 6 is 60. Okay, now look at the area as a product of the length and width. What is the length? That's going to be 4 plus 2 is the length. What about the width? Width was 3 plus 7. Okay, now area as a written as sum of parts. Well, I just need to multiply, don't I? So 4 times 3 is 12 here. 3 times 2 is 6 here. 4 times 7 is 28. And 2 times 7 is 14. So then I just need to add them all up. 12 plus 6 plus 28 plus 14 here. Great. Let's move on to the next card. Alright, so what's the area written as a product of the length and width here? Well, what's the length? Length is always this length. Okay, what is the length? In this case, it is x plus 6. And what is the width? In this case, it's x plus 2. Okay? Let's move on. Use the draggable points to create a visual for the following product. X plus 5 and x plus 8. So we have the x here, but we don't have plus 5. We have plus 1 here. We want the length to be x plus 5, so I need to move this to make it plus 5. There we go. Alright, I want the width to be x plus 8. So I have the x, but I need the width to be moved to make it 8. Here we go. X plus 8 is the width, and length is x plus 5. Okay, now after creating your visual, enter the rectangles as the sum of the parts. Sum of the parts means all this area that we've got. So that's x times x is x squared, 5 times x is 5x, x times 8 is 8x, and 5 times 8 is 40. So we just need to write that out. So that's x squared plus 5x plus 8x plus 40. Okay, one thing you might have noticed is that we have like terms here. Okay, you could have simplified this as x squared plus, what's 5x plus 8x? That's 13x plus 40. Great, let's move on. Alright, then use the draggable points to create a visual for x plus 4 multiplied by x plus 12. Well, x, we have the x plus 4, so I need to make this into 4. And x plus 12, so I need to make this into 12. There we go. Okay, and after creating the visual, enter the rectangle's area as the sum of its parts. So that's going to be x squared plus 4x plus 12x plus 48. Again, I could have combined these two as well. And I'll stop here and I'll continue in the next lesson recording.